Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for joining us today on the Bethel Sports Network. I'm here with Griffin Carpenter. Today we've got the Goshen College Maple Leafs in town facing the Bethel College Pilots. Bethel trying to exact a little revenge on an earlier season loss. And let me tell you, tomorrow may be Valentine's Day. There's no love lost between these rivals today. It got heated last time. It'll probably get heated today, and we're ready to bring it to you. For the tip, we're going to have Gage Ott for the Pilots, Trevor Commissaris for the Maple Leafs, and Griffin. It should be a good one here today.
Yeah, like you said, Pilots today are trying to exact a little revenge from that earlier meeting early in the season. You know, it's coming down the stretch of conference time. You don't want to drop a loss anytime, but let alone here down the stretch when the Pilots are ready to thick of things.
Talk about dropping losses. And a week ago, the Pilots went down to Iowa and lost a tough one, and really winning the regular season may be out of the question at this point for the Pilots, but certainly plenty left to play for. They're in third place right now. They can hang on to that spot, get themselves a home game in the Crossroads League tournament, and a steal up ahead, and a missed layup. 22, Devin Heath Granger coming up empty. That gives an open three for Clay Hill on the other end. He steps back and it's good. Pilots up 3-2.
Great shot there by Clay Hill. Nice step back move. Had that defender totally fooled.
Well, Devin Heath Granger got out ahead, and when you miss an open layup in transition, there's going to be people back. Clay Hill was, and he was able to take advantage. Foul called on Luke Fisher. Luke back in the starting lineup for the first time in a few weeks here. He's been dealing with some knee injuries and getting back to full health. Coach Mike Lightfoot giving him the starting spot here today. He tries to guard Commissaris, and it rattles around and out. Out Travis Smith. Travis driving in, kicks it out to Luke, who's going to take a three. He's got it!
Got it. Nice to see him back in playing shape. Good start to the game for him.
Back on offense now are the Maple Leafs driving in, and that's going to be against Travis Smith. He was trying to guard Austin Hayden on the way in.
A couple early fouls by the Pilots here. Not something we always like to see, but it's something we always talk about, the foul situation with our team.
Driving in, no good for Hayden. Well, you talk about foul trouble. At this point in the season, it seems to essentially be a seven-man game for Coach Mike Lightfoot. I mean, there are other players that come in, but you're looking at the five on the floor right now, and then Ryan Wasink as Luke Fisher, no good on three. Ryan Wasink and Jordan Kuhn coming off the bench today. That essentially is the seven guys that Coach Mike Lightfoot likes to see in. Of course, Paul Foreman will see some time. Grant Gaylor's been getting some more time, but really a seven-man rotation. Down the stretch, you like to keep it about 7 or 8.
Yeah, you're right, and that's exactly what he likes to play. He's shortened his bench now that it's do or die time. He's got to win some games. So, no, I totally agree with you. That's those 7 guys who he has his confidence in. So,
Commissaris lost the ball, just threw up a shot, no good. They get it up ahead to Travis, driving in, gives it up to Luke, who's hacked, and a foul called on Trevor Commissaris. Luke Fisher will head to the line for 2. And Luke hit the first free throw. And Luke goes 2 for 2. Pilots out to an 8-2 advantage early on here, first few minutes of the game.
Yeah, good start by the Pilots everywhere, basically.
Dominique Bolden now trying to make a move on Travis. Doesn't get the shot to go, but Granger able to rebound. It's going to give up an open three to Hayden, and he gets it off the front iron and good. And tough pass there. Turnover by Luke Fisher. Back comes Devin Heath Granger. They're going to wrap it around. There's Connor Funkhauser. He's going to go baseline, picks up his dribble, gets it back out. Good defense there by the Pilots. And Hayden able to create some space and get the jumper to go.
Yeah, he's had a nice little start to the game here.
And Luke going to get the roll, has not been afraid to shoot it. 7 points early on for Luke Fisher.
Yeah, he's certainly making up for those games he missed. He's coming out firing, but he's hitting the target right now, so we don't mind seeing it at all.
A good defense there from Travis.
Spread.
That'll stay here with the Maple Leafs, but just 9 seconds on the shot clock, and Ryan Wassink going to check into the game, and we're going to get our first media timeout. 15:42 to go. Pilots up 10-7, and not necessarily a slow start, but pretty even in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, they've countered each other. Hayden and Fisher both off a nice start. Clayo makes a nice little move to open the game up for us in the corner. But yeah, it's been a little stagnant start to just matching punch for punch right now. But, you know, here down the stretch is when we usually get going in the first half. You know, it seems like we always harp on this slow start that the Pilots have and whatnot. But, you know, hopefully we can get something going right now. We're in the right direction. Just seems like we've got to stop Hayden.
Well, Clayo and Luke Fisher each have hit a three early on, which was really the difference in the Pilots' loss at Goshen earlier this season. It was a 74-76 loss, where in which the Pilots shot 3 of 15 beyond the arc, and the Maple Leafs shot 9 of 18. So really that, when you're looking at a 2-point game and a team like the Pilots, who not the greatest three-point shooting team in the country, but have good shooters, and if you shoot 3 of 15, that's just not a recipe for success.
No, not at all. Not at all.
See, the only change here either way out of that timeout is Ryan Wassink in for Luke Fisher. Hayden takes a three and no good. It'll be interesting to see how they handle Luke's minutes.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get back from that knee injury. Certainly don't want to push anything too early.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. His minutes will be monitored and watched. I mean, he didn't seem like he was playing in any pain or anything to start the game, so hopefully it can stay that way.
I think a foul called on Clay there. Trying to clear out his man. It's going to be a turnover for the Pilots. Go down low to Commissaires, now trying to make a move on Wassink, and no good. Was able to grab the rebound there. Up ahead, Travis Smith. They attack him, he gets it kicked out, and somehow that pass got through to Wassink. Funkhauser ends up on the ground. The shot no good. That was
nice
a
little
hectic
move.
possession on both sides.
A little stutter step, got Funkhauser there. Clayo didn't even have to do much, laid him right down.
And a travel. Austin Hayden tried to pick up his dribble. And very quickly they bring Luke Fisher back into the game. That's interesting how to see there.
Maybe
also,
not so much his minutes getting monitored.
Also Jordan Kuhn coming in. And Jordan Kuhn has been playing incredibly well lately. A three from the corner, no good by Clay, but Jordan Kuhn playing out of his mind really lately. He's been very good. Probably the best stretch he's had as a player.
Oh, I was the first half of the IU game. Wow, thoroughly impressed. He played very, very, very well.
And Devin Heath Granger gets an open look and hits it, makes it a 1-point ball game. That was our mistake, folks. Ryan Wassink did not check out at that timeout. It was Gage Ott that did. Saw Wass heading to the bench. I thought that it was his time to head out, but a missed shot there from Kamasaris.
He cannot get anything going.
Defense, and Granger and Jordan Kuhn bump into each other in the air. Clay Yo ends up with it. Caleb Ocean driving in off the glass, no good. Tipped up in the air. Luke Fisher comes down with it, and a foul called on Kamasaris, pushing Luke Fisher to the ground. So that'll send him to the bench. It'll bring in Kevin Phillips and Christian Greider for the Maple Leafs. Get it up into Luke Fisher.
It's been some pretty good old uneventful basketball so far. Not really much exciting has happened.
There's a steal from Funkhauser. Clay Yo trying to chase him down, and he fouls him hard. Both guys end up on the ground. Both guys seem okay. Clean play there, though, by Clay. I mean, he's going for the ball. Just a hard foul. Funkhauser will get 2 shots out of it.
Yeah, he played the ball. I don't know why these fans are calling for a flagrant foul. I mean, he definitely went up and played the ball, didn't play Funkhauser's body or anything, or do anything malicious. So, I mean,
when you have both guys at full sprint heading down the court, I mean, odds are it's not going to look good by the end of it. It was a clean foul.
Yeah. Most of the time it does look worse than it actually is. I mean, they both got up. Looked like a hard foul, but, I mean, they'll move on. It's part of the game.
Gage and Travis going to check into the game. Clay going to get his first breather. Very short on the second one by Funkhauser, so he does tie it up with 1 free throw. Ochi driving in, takes a pull-up jumper, and he's got it.
Nice to see him get started, get on the board. We're used to seeing that from him, though. It's been a very, very, very nice addition to the shooting aspect of this Pilots team this year.
Down low now, Phillips driving baseline, turns around, and no good. Funkhauser, another steal, driving down the court, driving in. He's fouled, and no good on the shot. Foul's going to be on Jordan Kuhn. And early on here, Pilots starting to turn the ball over these last couple possessions, but the Maple Leafs have missed some very good looks inside, and that's kept it at a 2-point Pilot lead here 8 minutes in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many close looks Kamasaris has missed so far. Heath Granger missed one to start off the game. Funkhauser, I don't know that his have been great looks. I mean, he got fouled right there. He got fouled again, but Phillips just missed one a couple times down the floor. So, yeah, I mean, this game could be a lot worse than it is.
Able to hit 1 of 2 again is Funkhauser making a 1-point game. We go down to Kuhn in the corner. Luke Fisher, nobody there where he tried to go with that pass. Devin Heath Granger trying to make a move on Gage Ott, nowhere to go, gives it up to Greider. Down low, Dominique Bolden. Bolden got fouled. Gage, it looked like Gage got a good bit of his arm there, no call.
Definitely got hit on the arm there, it looks like.
And now Caleb Ochen loses the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Sloppy and sluggish play both ways here. I mean, the refs have let him play a little bit as far as some no calls, but beyond that, very sluggish play these first almost 9 minutes now of the game.
Yeah, the Pilots not taking care of the basketball at all, and that's something we've done better the last couple of games, but I mean, we just got to get better shots, forcing a lot of stuff. Just mainly need to take care of the basketball. That's the only thing that's hurting us right now.
And
there we
another
go.
turnover there. This time Jordan Kuhn leaving his feet to try to make a pass. And I know you and I, one of our biggest pet peeves when we watch any game is, and an and one called. I don't know. We'll see if they get Travis. I think he got fouled by both guys, Travis and Jordan Kuhn. We'll see if they get it to him. But one of our biggest pet peeves is guys that leave their feet to pass the ball. There's no reason to do that. Turnover, and you give up an and one on the other side. Now Goshen has a 13-12 lead with a free throw coming.
I mean, Goshen's a team that, I mean, we would like to think we're leaps and bounds better than them, but I mean, it's a team like this you can't give them confidence just to stick around, because that's when the bad things happen. We let teams that shouldn't play with us play with us.
Clay driving in, gets blocked, tip out to Ochin. Luke Fisher now, nice pass inside, and a foul called on the floor. Funkhauser was outmanned, just grabbed a hold of Gage out as he ran by. Here on this inbounds, they're going to go to Luke Fisher, gets tied up, and I think it's going to be another jump ball. This time it'll go back to Goshen. That's a tough spot. I mean, Luke got that. The man in front of him had to make a spin move. If you're in that spot, you've either got to go up or pass. You start spinning through the lane like that. Maple Leafs with a 1-point lead and the ball off of the jump ball there, and Grider just goes up over everybody and gets it, puts it in. Not sure if that pass was intended for Grider, but he went and got it.
Yeah, he made the play. Pilots need to get something going offensively here. Too many waste possessions here.
Goshen switched to a zone now. Gage struggling to keep a handle on it, and he just throws up a whole lot of nothing, and a foul's going to get called on Clay Yo. That's going to be Clay's second, and we may have to play the final 9:41 of this half without Clay Yo.
Yeah, this isn't shaping up the way we thought it would, is it?
Well, we saw Tuesday night the Pilots went down to Huntington. They had a 21-point lead. Clay got in some foul trouble, starting some sloppy play. That game went to overtime. The Pilots did get a victory out of it, but certainly we'll see what they can do. No Clay Yo, but a deep three from number 5, Christian Grider. We just saw him make a play a couple possessions ago. This time, bigger man in his face, didn't matter. Took the shot and nailed it.
Yeah, a couple nice offensive possessions here for Grider. They seem to be finding the offense that we can.
This zone looking like it's really messing with the Pilots right now. They don't seem to know where to go. All of a sudden, just 5 seconds left on the clock, but Caleb Ochin able to hit a three, and I mean, Mike Lightfoot on the sideline still not happy. That's not the possession you want against a zone. I mean, that ball never went inside the three-point line. Luckily, Caleb Ochin able to bail it out with a three ball.
Yep. I mean, it always makes your coast rush a little easier when you take a bad shot, but you hit the shot. So good shot there by Edgen, but yeah, not a quality possession that Mike Lightfoot was looking for.
A little turnaround hook there from Commissarius. When someone throws a zone at you, Griff, I mean, the way to beat it, you want to go in and then if you're just sitting around the outside, I mean, you're just playing right into their hand.
Yeah, inside out. I mean, that's really the way you should work at any offense. I mean, inside out, it just opens more up.
And there it was. There's the inside out we just talked about. Travis Smith driving down the lane. Caleb Ochin got a good look, and he hit it. Back-to-back threes from Caleb, and it's a 2-point game. Devin Heath Granger gets an open look from three. That's going to rattle out, no good. Jordan Kuhn, the rebound, bringing it back up the floor to Travis Smith. Travis trying to drive ahead, and a foul called on Christian Grider. They say on the floor. And that would be our under 8 timeout. 7:43 to go. 18-20 the score. And back-to-back possessions. I mean, 2 possessions ago, Caleb Bochy bailed out the Pilots with a 3. That last possession, they actually made a good effort. Caleb still hit a 3. He's the only Pilot on the floor right now that scored today. They really got to get something going. It's been better these last couple possessions, but sluggish is the word to use so far today.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know if I'd say it's better offensively last 2 possessions. Well, the last one, yes, but we've just made a few shots. I mean, the Pilots aren't moving offensively. We're not taking care of the ball whatsoever at all, and that's been our Achilles heel, and that's what has led them to a 2-point lead. I mean, we probably gave them, 6, 7 turnovers at least so far this half, and they've only got a 2-point lead. So, I mean, that's a positive as well that they can't throw the ball in the ocean right now as well. But, I mean, we've got to get something going offensively if we don't want to make this game more interesting than it has to be.
We'll see here coming out of the timeout what the Pilots do. They're going to be inbounding it on the baseline. Caleb Bochy to inbound it.
A little bit of pushing and shoving going on out there before the play.
We told you this game got chippy in January. And that's going to be a foul on Austin Hayden. Oh yeah, he had Ryan Wasink locked up. And yeah, the officials are going to come talk to Gage Ott and Dominique Bolden, of course. Both of those guys, pretty animated personalities at times, and when you get them guarding each other, that will tend to happen. And no good as the shot from Jordan Kuhn after all that. Gonna give it up to Dominique Bolden. He's going to try to make something happen against Gage Ott. Go out and reset Devin Heath Granger. Comissaris now trying to work over Wasink, almost stolen away by Caleb Bochy. It will stay with the Maple Leafs, but just 6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, good defensive play or good defensive effort there by Caleb.
And Grider hits a tough running shot. He has been impressive here the last few minutes. Jordan Kuhn up ahead, no good, and the offensive tip in by Gage Ott.
Yeah, impressive is an understatement right now for Grider. He's hit 3 pretty tough shots so far, perfect from the field. So Pilots are going to have to get a hand up in his face here real quick.
Hayden spin move down the lane, no good on the shot. Good help there from Jordan Kuhn. Ott going to give it up to Ryan Wasink. He's going to go over to Jordan Kuhn. They'll reset. And tipped out of bounds by Comissaris. Inbounding it here is Caleb Bochy. Gets it up to Gage. 10 on the shot clock for the Pilots. Someone's got to come get the ball. They give it up to Jordan Kuhn. Kuhn's got 5. He's looking for somewhere to go. Jumper from Caleb Bochy. Nothing but net. Pilots tie it up. No play-o on the floor for the last 4 minutes now, but Caleb Bochy's been doing all he can to keep the Pilots in it. It is a tie ball game.
Yeah, he's been playing phenomenal. He's done whatever he could to keep the Pilots in it. I mean, we've seen the scoring side of him this year, so it's not really that big of a surprise. But just trying to weather that storm till Clay Yo comes back right now.
Commissara's trying to make a move, basically just throws it off Ryan Watson. Luke checks in now for Gajot. Greider got away from everybody, and oh, wow. Not a good shot from Greider. First bad one he's had today. They're going to go up ahead to Was, and he loses it on the way up.
Another Pilot turnover. It's not a theme we want to see stay in common right now. I mean, these turnovers are killing us.
And long rebound up ahead. Caleb Goshen, getting hacked. Not a terrible foul. Caleb had a head of steam. If he splits him, he's gone. They still had a foul to give. So the Pilots, anything from now on, both teams will be shooting a 1-and-1. Ochin feeling it, taking a 3-ball.
Wow.
Pilots back on top.
Is he feeling it right now or what? Holy cow.
When he's on a hot streak, he has no fear. He will take any shot at any time. He did there. Pilots up 25-22.
Yeah, he is single-handedly keeping us in this ballgame.
Dominique Bolden, that's a deep three to answer. No good front iron. Not a good shot there from Bolden. Gonna go over Travis Smith. He's gonna try to get a three to go. No good.
Yeah, we've come accustomed this year to seeing Travis hit those. All in all, a good look.
And a turnover there by the Maple Leafs. Travis gonna go up ahead. Jordan Kuhn to the rack. No good. Out of bounds, and I think Luke hit it last.
Good transition there by the Pilots. Just got to finish that.
Well, Pilots starting to
click a little more.
Script here, yeah, they're forcing the turnovers now, getting out in transition.
Pilot basketball we're used to seeing.
Now it's just getting someone other than Caleb Ochin to hit some shots. Austin Hayden now going to give it up to Dominique Bolden. Keith Granger driving down the lane through a lot of Pilot players. Bodies falling all over the place. Tipped around. Caleb Ochin has it. Up ahead, Travis Smith, Jordan Kuhn, jumper, no good. And it's just a tough shot for Jordan Kuhn to be taking.
Yep.
I mean, he had some space, but you can probably get that shot anytime you want.
Exactly, and that's the problem with it. Not that it was a bad shot, it's just that shot can be taken anytime you hit it on the head there.
Wassing came out and fouled Dominique Bolden. Gage will come in now. And Goshen going to take a timeout here. We're going to have a free throw coming on the other side of it, but as it stands right now with 3:32, the Pilots up 25-23. And Griff, what have you seen now? I mean, the Pilots were down there for a little bit. They've gotten back on top. How have they done it?
You know, I mean, they've stopped turning the ball over. I mean, the first 7 minutes of this game was painful to watch, was it not? I mean, we couldn't do anything right. I mean, lost Clayo to foul trouble. I mean, those have all been factors in our play or lack of play there in this first half. I mean, we only scored 25 points. I mean, Goshen, fortunately enough, hasn't been able to capitalize all the opportunities we've given them. So the game's so close, and the Pilots obviously still have it cling to a 2-point lead. So honestly, how bad can it be?
With as many turnovers they had, like you said, no Clayo, to be up 2 points, really impressive where we stand right now. And
it's like a little moral victory in itself, you know, being able to withstand these turnovers and without Clay, and you're up 2. I mean,
well, that's it seems the last few years now watching Crossroads League basketball, certain teams do certain things, and Goshen certainly their game plan is to get it in these kind of low-scoring slugfest. You want foul trouble, you want the game to last as long as possible as far as their game plan goes, because they want teams to be in these punch-for-punch battles, and they've made it that one today, and so far the Pilots have answered, and that was really the big thing in the loss in January up at Goshen. They had an 11-point lead at halftime because they made it this style of game, and the Pilots didn't know how to answer early on. So far, even though it hasn't looked pretty, the Pilots have answered the Goshen style of play.
Yes.
And a foul there, I believe, on Heath Granger.
And you were exactly right there. I mean, the Pilots didn't know how to respond that first meeting with the style of play that Goshen wanted to play, and now, I mean, we always want to see Bethel play our game, play Pilot basketball, but we've done a good job emulating the style asked today. I mean, foul trouble and, like we said millions of times already today, turnovers have been our Achilles heel, but we're doing like you said, we're doing a better job, much better job than the first time of matching their style of play.
Foul. See, if that's on Travis, that's his third. And they're going to give it to Gage. So just Gage's first. That would have been big if it had been Travis's third. Dominique Bolden will head to the line. A 1-and-1. He does hit the first to tie the game up at 25.
Cheering section having some fun with the free throws.
He does make both free throws, so Goshen trying to overcome some early free throw trouble. They were not able to hit him early on, but he does hit both of those to give the Maple Leafs a lead, and wow! Oh, that did not look good. That was a tough foul. Both guys able to get up. Caleb Ochin trying to walk it off. He's going to get 2 free throws here.
Yeah, that didn't look pretty at all.
Again, though, I mean, just the style of play. I mean, both guys going at it hard. That's a clean foul.
Yep.
Funkhauser was just standing there. Caleb Ochin went at him full tilt. They just took a hard fall. And Caleb gets it to roll home.
Caleb has been phenomenal so far today in just about everything he's thrown up.
It's up to 14 points now, far and away the Pilot leader on the day. He does go 2 for 2 after taking the hard fall, get the Pilots back up on top, 27-26, just under 3 minutes to go here. What's been a very back and forth affair of the first half. Bolden driving in, step back jumper, no good, front iron.
Good D there by Fisher, ready to get a hand up on Bolden.
He had a very good game back in January, 20 points against the Pilots. So far today, he's taken some, we'll call them questionable shots.
Oh yeah, questionable at best.
Luke Fisher throws up a tough shot of his own, no good. He had those early 7 points, has not scored since. Hayden, wow.
Way off.
Comes up entirely empty there. Caleb Ochin down the lane, no good, and a foul's going to be called on Hayden. Coming back the other way. Clearing out Luke Fisher. And Luke will be shooting 1-and-1.
Looked like a little bit of a frustration foul there for Hayden. Matty didn't get the call at the other end. Thought he got hit on the hand, then comes down. Makes a little bit of a brash play there. But Fisher goes to the line for 2, and we'll take him.
And Trayvon Covington getting some early playing time here. Very rarely we see Trayvon check into the first half of the game. But with Clayo in foul trouble, certainly Mike Lightfoot going to do what he can to keep the Pilots in the lead at halftime. And well, about a week and a half ago, the Pilots had a makeup game, a non-conference game. They played East-West University, and Trayvon went off. He had a 28-point night against East-West University. Now the level of competition, not to take anything away from those guys that came a long way to play that game, but certainly the level of competition a lot different in a Crossroads League game. That's going to be a turnover, almost a turnover. Caleb was able to knock it out of bounds. Shot clock at 13.
I mean, anytime you score 28 points, too, regardless of the competition, it's something to be proud of, especially when it's not one of our main contributors that we see score often.
Commissarius is going to have a wide open look at it. Lost the handle and ends up being a missed shot by Phillips. Ochin down the lane, sends it to nobody. And another Pilot turnover. Bolden wants a deep 3. And again, Dominique Bolden taking some, I'll say, more than questionable shots. Now, I mean, hand in his face very early on in the shot clock. Coach Neil Young can't be happy with some of these shots.
Not at all. I don't know how you could. I mean, that was, he's created a couple terrible possessions for him down the stretch here.
Luke driving in, no good, and Trayvon, caught Kevin Phillips in the face there, reaching in after the ball. So still 1-1 now for Goshen. Has a chance to hit them both and tie this game up. No good, back iron, so missed opportunity there.
That's been the name of the game for the Maple Leafs today, is missed opportunities. I mean, they've got the chance to stick around.
Nice play there, good take by Luke Fisher on the pick and roll. And the Maple Leafs will have the last shot. Really, it's been missed opportunities both ways, because certainly the Pilots could be up by a lot more than 4.
Definitely agree with that,
Trying to size up Trayvon Covington, a couple screens, driving down lane, takes an awkward shot, no good. Nobody goes after the rebound. Commissarius ends up with it, kicks it out. They've still got time, under 4 seconds. Grider, no good, and that will end the half. Grider had a fantastic look, came up empty. But as it stands, Clayo not playing basically the final 10 minutes of the half. Pilots, though, able to scratch out a 30-26 halftime lead. And Griffin, it was sloppy, it was not pretty, but the Pilots, they took the punches when they came, and they have a lead at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, they did. I mean, it was a huge blow. Well, I guess it blows to start the game with all the turnovers and miscues and stuff we had among our starting 5 players that were out there, and then right around that 10-minute mark, you just alluded to losing Clayo to some foul trouble. Anytime you take your superstar off any team, it's kind of makes you sit back, scratch your head, and wonder like what's this first half got in store. But you know, we weathered the storm. Caleb Elchin really carried us through parts of that first half. You know, hitting 3. I think he hit 3 straight threes. I mean, maybe not back-to-back possessions, but he was our next 9 points, layups, 3 throws. I mean, yeah, so I mean, each team has thrown punches, each team has took punches, and should make up for an interesting second half. You know, throw Clayo back to that mix, and I still like the way our Pilots' chances are looking.
Well, certainly, I mean, 30-26, I mean, that is nowhere near where either team wants to be sitting at halftime, but that's where we're at, is a mixture of good defense and sloppy play and missed opportunities, really. I mean, there were possessions where you give both teams credit. They played good defense, got hands up, rebounded, but then there were sometimes that some wide open layups were just missed, or some free throws. So we'll see how that plays out, especially getting Clay back in. You hope when Clay comes in to start the second half, he can go without getting into foul trouble, because if he gets another quick foul, that's 3, he'll be out again. So if you get Clay back, you get all your guys back in there, maybe you can start to extend this lead a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you throw Clay onto a team, he's going to immediately help, and he's going to immediately find plenty of ways to impact the game. So I have no doubt that when we get him back, I mean, it's going to speak. It's going to speak for itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how that plays out for the Pilots. And yeah, absolutely. If Caleb Ochin is playing at this level, though, and when Clay comes back, I mean, those two really have been the guy. I mean, Gage early on this season played fantastic. He's still averaging close to 15 points a game, but certainly his production has dipped off lately, and that's just been a factor of trying to remember he's still just a sophomore.
Yeah.
So when teams are throwing new looks at him, when teams are reacting to him, you can't expect him to always be a 15 and 10 guy as just a sophomore. He still has to mature as a basketball player. So Caleb Ochin really stepping up here today. He's been stepping up this whole season, and moving forward, that'll be really big for the Pilots to be able to trust him. We touched on it earlier, though, last Saturday, the Pilots heading down to Indiana Wesleyan, they weren't able to pull out what really would have been probably their biggest win of the season, and that loss pretty much knocks them out of contention for the regular season title. They're 3 games back. We have counted today just 3 games to go. And certainly you wouldn't expect St. Francis and IWU both to lose out. That's what it would require, losing twice to IWU already this season. So Pilots tried to make a run at it down the stretch. Really what sunk them early on, I mean, they lost to Taylor. They lost to Goshen early on. They had one here against IWU in their hands that they dropped. The Grace game. So really, it was those early losses, though, to Goshen, to Taylor, that really kind of sunk their chances at a regular season title. But this team, when playing at their best, certainly still has a chance for that tournament title.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think this is a team that's almost made for a tournament run. I mean, they have the ability to lock you down defensively. I mean, they have the ability just at any time to come out and put a plethora of points on you in your defense. I mean, they do so much well. They've got every aspect of the game. They've got someone that, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, someone that almost does it exclusively well. Like defensively, Travis Smith. You got Caleb Ochin, who's done a great job distributing the ball. I mean, we've got guys that put it back to the basket, guys that can shoot from the perimeter, guys that can drive and finish, guys that can hit pull-up jumpers. I mean, we've got guys that do a little bit of everything, and guys that do that, all the stuff they do well. So, I mean, yeah, just because we don't win the regular season, and I mean, interesting scenario, I mean, even if we were to drop a game, I mean, no one ever wants to drop a game, but do we not? If we were the 4 seed, I don't think we have to face IWU till the championship.
IWU, most likely, the way things shake out, IWU will be your 2 seed. St. Francis at 1. Right now, the Pilots are sitting at 3 with Grace at 4. And Grace is still a couple games back of the Pilots. So odds are the Pilots have that 3 seed pretty well in hand. Of course, anything can happen. The second half of this game, they still play St. Francis Tuesday night. So we'll see how that shakes out. But you're probably looking at heading down to IWU for that semifinal, which it's absolutely a tough place to play. You never look forward to playing down there. But 2 years ago, in the semifinal against a very good future national champion that year, IWU team, They went down and beat them
Yep.
last year in the regular season. Before Matt Schaus tore his ACL, #1 team in the nation, IWU went down there and beat them. So they've proven they can play there. And certainly, you have a second half today against Goshen you got to take care of. You have a big game against St. Francis, and even though we're talking, the Pilots really probably don't have a shot at winning the regular season Crossroads League title if you can go down. St. Francis is still a top 5 team. I think they're sitting at 3rd right now. Pilots at 9th. If you go down and you beat St. Francis again, they were 4 when they came here. They'd be 3 then and beat them in their house. To sweep a team that's been in the top 5 all year, that's so much confidence.
Oh yeah, I mean, and there's no time where a Pilots team is gonna go and not compete. We're gonna give everyone our best shot anyways. But yeah, I mean, knocking off St. Francis twice in a year, not a consensus top 5 team like you mentioned all year. I mean, that's huge. I mean, the end of the season, I know everyone was looking for that IWU win. Everyone wanted that win so bad. I mean, let alone the players, let alone the fans that were in there and watching at home and watching there that day. But like I said, just going into the postseason to pick up another win like that, hey, you've beaten them twice. You know what it's done on the road and at home. So, yeah.
Well, a lot of this, I don't know where you stand on this. It seems like Indiana Wesleyan, for the Pilots, a lot of beating them comes down to between the years for the Pilots. Because I'll tell you right now, I've seen IWU now play twice. I've seen St. Francis play a couple times. We'll see him again Tuesday night. St. Francis has a better squad. And up until 2 minutes left of that game, the Pilots dominated it. Now, some missed free throws down the stretch and ended up only being a 1-point game. But the Pilots had double-digit leads for a big portion of that game.
Yep.
And St. Francis, I think, is a better team than Indiana Wesleyan.
Oh, I would
There's
agree.
just that mental block of it's IWU. So we'll see if they are able to get over that hump. If it does come down to that at the Crossroads League, where would be the semifinal. But before that, we've got the second half of this game here today. We've got Tuesday night down at St. Francis, and next Saturday will be Senior Day. Really, it'll be Travis Smith Day against Spring Arbor. Same time, same place here on Bethel Sports Network, 3 o'clock. But Travis Smith, the only graduating senior, and really, I say that, and I know both you and I are excited about that because that means this team really can go into next season with some high expectations because you're only going to lose 1 player.
Yeah, I mean, they'll come into the next season with a ton of familiarity. Next year. I mean, they don't lose 1 player who, I mean, pretty important piece, we'd say this year. I mean, we've come to love him this year for his defense, and his offense has really came around. But, I mean, like you said, with the chance for them to go in the offseason and get some other players, some freshmen, some guys to bring in, and keeping this system wealthy and flourishing like it has been lately. But, yeah, I mean, we don't lose any scoring hardly. We return tons of players, I mean, with tons of experience that came from this year. And, I mean, roles will expand next year. You'll see players do more. Players will become more comfortable. So I'm looking forward. Not that I'm looking down the road, but yeah, the years to come look very bright for Bethel basketball.
Some stats here for you. This is kind of an oddity for the only 4 Pilots scored in the first half. I don't know if we've had that all season. Caleb Ochin, 5 of 6, 3 of beyond the arc for 15 points. That was huge. Luke Fisher, 10 points. Gajot 2, Clayo 3. We had 4 other Pilots play, none of them scored. For Goshen, every player that played scored.
Really?
And it was very spread out. Christian Greider, 7. Austin Hayden, 5. Dominique Bolden, Trevor Comissaris with 4. Then Devin Heath Granger, Connor Funkhauser, and Kevin Phillips all had 2. So pretty spread out. And you talked about Goshen. They were standing on the beach. They couldn't throw it in the ocean. 9 of 32 in that first half. 2 of 7 beyond the arc. 6 of 10 from the free throw line. So that's tough. I mean, the Pilots, not a whole lot better. 10 of 25 from the field. 5 of 7 from the line, which is pretty good from a Pilot perspective. And really, here's the difference in the game: 5 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So they hit 5 threes. They only hit 10 shots from the field. So half of their made baskets were threes.
Yeah.
And you look up and see that they have a 4-point lead. There it is right there, being able to hit over half your threes and over half your shots being threes.
Yeah, definitely not the most exciting game in the world right now, but I mean, anytime we can shoot 5 for 9 from the 3, I mean, we'll take that. But I mean, the 10, what did you say, 10 for 25 from the field?
25, and that's, you want to know how much of a difference it really has made. The Pilots have turned it over 9 times to Goshen's 2, and yet Goshen's losing by 4. So when you shoot it, when you want to know, wow, we outplayed them as far as hanging on the ball, how are we losing? Well, you look and you shot 28%. That's how.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things you can point to Goshen and say this is why they're losing. But, I mean, they've taken some, I don't know, I want to say questionable shots. Let's say they've not really worked the shot clock. They've not been patient. They've took a lot of the shots where it was just rise and shoot, whether there's a hand in your face or not. I mean, we're big fans of, having that patient offense, working the shot clock. And, I mean, it's hard to get quality looks when you throw up the first thing that you get.
We'll see coming into the second half. And, of course, Clay only played 8 minutes, so hopefully he gets going. But even when he was in the game, he was only 1 for 4. Outside of Ochin and Fisher, the rest of the Pilots team is 2 of 13. So somebody has to step up and start hitting shots, because Caleb, great as he is when he's hot, he's not going to stay this hot all game.
No. And everyone cools off at some point. So, yeah, we've got to have the same Pilot basketball we've been used to seeing for the last couple of months now, where there's more and more people contributing, more and more people impacting the game.
We'll see how, we got a couple minutes here till the second half goes. How this second half plays out, I think, will be really big for the Pilots, because we talked how much confidence they can gain if they go and they beat St. Francis Tuesday night. This game, I know just about everybody had circled after the loss, and I know talking to some of the guys, one of the players in particular said to me, I think that's going to be the difference in our season, is losing that game, because they came back, they had a team-only practice. I mean, everybody came right after a game, and they ran another hour-and-a-half practice.
Wow.
I mean, that's one of those things. I'm sure a lot of guys weren't happy after that game. You probably don't want to be anywhere near a basketball court after that game, but they wouldn't put more work in. And after that game, I had a player tell me, I think that's the difference in our season. And since that day, they're 7-2. And their 2 losses are on the road against Grayson Iwu in rivalry games, and you never know what's going to happen in those games anyway.
Yeah, and 2 games we could have won as well. So I mean, we've been right there. And
we've seen a different edge. You and I called the very next game the Huntington game, and the Pilots came out here after and just blitzed them.
Yep.
Put everything they had on the floor, and since then, they have looked like a different team. So if this victory today would be really big for the Pilots, because I know for these guys, just for what they've been working towards since that January 9th loss at Goshen.
Yep. And you know what I've looked at on the schedule? We've had no huge just mental lapses in any game where we've just gotten absolutely blown out. And I think that's essential. Like, you see top teams all the time come out versus an underdog and just get absolutely throttled. And we've played solid basketball all year. We've been in every game, and I think that's the key to a good team, is looking back on all your losses and be like, hey, there was this, and that game's ours. Like, very easy fixes, I guess I should say. So,
well, Pilots will start with the ball here in the second half. They're going to go back to the original starting 5, both teams are. Travis Smith will inbound it to Caleb Ochin. Here we go, 20 minutes to decide who will win this slugfest here at the Y Camp Center today. And right off the bat, Travis Smith turns it over.
Yep, not what we want to see to start the second half.
Hands it off there to Austin Hayden. spinning down the lane, going to get it over Connor Funkhauser. Funkhauser nowhere to go. Great defense by Travis Smith. Dominique Bolden, yep.
Baited him right into it. The old Kobe Bryant move.
Luke Fisher's just got to know the situation right there. You got under 5 on the shot clock. Bolden hasn't hit anything today, especially from that deep, but he got him off his feet, jumped into it. He'll get 3 free throws.
Yeah, and a pretty easy call by the refs there, too. We see that play happening more and more and more in today's sports. It's that little bailout move where the defender doesn't go for that ball fake and you get him in the air, jump right into an easy foul.
Bolden hit the first, missed the second, and hits the third. So 2 of 3 there for Bolden, making it a 2-point game. Fisher's going to try to answer with a 3, no good. Rebound knocked around, and they're going to say it was off of Connor Funkhauser, so good job there by Travis Smith to go after that rebound.
See, and sometimes I mean, we have a problem with that shot's available anytime. I mean, one shot or one pass to the wing and 3.
Well, free throw line jumper from Luke is good.
He definitely has not been shy to shoot the basketball this afternoon.
So he's up to 8 shots on the day now. Dominique Bolden driving in, no good, and Travis Smith up ahead. Looking for somewhere to go, gives it off to Gage Ott, driving in, no good. Luke Fisher, offensive rebound, and putback is good. All of a sudden, Luke's got 14 points. Now Granger had a wide open 3. There he goes down the lane, leaves his feet, turns it over.
Yeah, we love when players leave their feet to pass the basketball. One of our favorites.
Well, that time Clay Yo muscling his way into the paint, off the glass, and good. Pilots up 36-28.
Yeah, nice little blow-by move there by Clay Yo. Nice concentration to finish that. Something we're not used to sometimes, the Pilots finishing those layups in traffic.
Oh! Commissaris trying to make a move on Luke Fisher on the baseline and served that up for Clay Yo to send out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hayden, jumper off the inbound, no good. Rebound to Clay. He's cutting up ahead. Where's he going to go? In the corner. Travis Smith, 3 ball, no good. Tipping around, players diving on the ground. Funkhauser had it. Smith had a shot at it. Guys on the ground, they get it out. Hayden, and he finally turns it over.
Great defensive sequence there by the Pilots. Great hustle.
And Luke Fisher can't finish. That's going to be out of bounds off Bolden.
Oh, wow, it's going to stay here.
Well, he climbed right up over Luke Fisher, tipped it, no one went after it, but this turnover down here, that was just all effort. There was no set. It was just guys laying out after the ball, going after it. Pilots were rewarded with the basketball.
Yeah, great hustle there by the Pilots. Clay Yo and Travis Smith in particular to keep the ball on the ground, keep the play open.
And just like that, they give it back to Goshen on the inbound play.
Turnovers are not this theme that we want to think about when we remember this game. I mean, turning the ball over way too regularly right now.
And Trevor Commissaris working inside, goes and 1, so he'll have a free throw coming to him. And I believe the foul's going to go against Luke Fisher. And it is Luke's 3rd. We'll see how they play that out. this free throw there. Clay gonna pull up a deep three, no good, and Pilots lucky to get the offensive rebound and a foul. I think that's gonna be on Commissarius.
Yeah, just hard for Clay to get anything going right now. I mean, anytime you sit for an extended period of time in foul trouble or anything in that matter, I mean, it's hard to keep your rhythm and keep your flow of the basketball game. So
it still feels like, man, both teams just seem to be pressing. Just some
Yes.
shots that, I mean, that's a shot that when Clay is on, he hits, but you know, he's still just sitting at 5 points. You know, he hasn't really gotten into his rhythm of the game yet.
yeah,
So both teams really pressing, trying to get something going. Luke able to hit both free throws, and he'll take a seat. Got to be careful with that third foul.
It's just been a lackluster game so far. I mean, had guys in foul trouble. Like I said, Luke's got 2, Clay's got 2, Travis has 2. So,
This is one of those games, if you win, you just kind of wash your hands of it and say, hey, we were able to get it. And if you lose, it just leaves an awful taste in your mouth.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, I mean, you win, like you said, you wash your hands and move on. I mean, you may take away a few things from it, but one of these games where you know you're better than that. You may not even watch the tape. That's how bad it is.
Bodies all over the ground, ball rolling around. Austin Hayden able to step into a three to beat the shot clock. Somehow, Funkhauser from his knees found him. Ochin trying to answer, no good. Ball tipping around. Again, bodies going on the ground. That's going to be a jump ball, and it should be to Goshen.
Yep. Possession of the Maple Leaves.
We've just got bodies flying all over the court today.
I mean, we might not be playing our best basketball, but we have been, our hustle has been phenomenal. I say we haven't lacked
both
in that
ways.
area.
Guys may not be hitting shots, but there is no lack of heart and effort on this court today. As unentertaining as you may think the lack of shots is, when you're seeing this much effort coming onto the floor, it does still make for a good ball game. And at our first media timeout of the second half, 15:50, it is a 38-33 Pilots lead. Goshen ball heading the other way.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to, even in the stands, to where virtually the game means nothing to any of us. I mean, it's hard not to get inspired and excited when you see players diving on the floor, making hustle plays and stuff like that. I mean, it may not be as exciting as just an extensive offensive game where we're sitting right now, instead of 38-33, we're sitting at 78 or 73 or something. I mean, it's not been the prettiest game, but I mean, it's still been exciting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see how it plays out. It kind of feels like at this point you wouldn't expect anyone to get too hot, but of course we know both these teams have guys that can get hot in a hurry, so this game can turn around real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it with Hayden, hit a couple nice shots to start the game. Grider hit a couple nice shots to start the game. I mean, Bolton shooting shots like he's hit them before, so I mean, there's 3 guys right there that we've seen just this game that are capable, so.
And Travis Smith jumped the lane, almost got a steal. Goshen is able to get it back. Now Commissarius down low. Down the lane. Funkhauser, no good. Rebound to Gage out. He gets it up ahead. Ochin looking for somewhere to go. Was has it. He's going to kick it back out. Clay Yo driving baseline, goes over top, and a charge called against Clay. That'll be his 3rd.
Just one of those games for Clay Yo. I mean, everything's just, I don't want to say going the wrong way, but going the wrong way. I mean, every time he's had the chance, the defenders to make a play, make a foul, and they've done it. I mean, so just one of those times you tip your hat. They've played good defense.
Clay's got to be real careful now. There's still 15 minutes left in this game, and if he picks up a 4th, he would have to sit for a very long time, and down the lane goes Grider off the glass and good.
Oh, shoot that.
Ross was not able to hang on to it. Yeah, you said Clay had a wide open look and a little tentative there, and I don't think Wass was ready for that pass.
No, but he didn't look ready at all. I mean, good find by Clay, but like we said, he should have shot that three wide open. It's a shot that we're definitely okay with him taking, and a shot that he makes most of the time, I'd think.
And bit of an acting job there from Dominique Bolden. Did not get the call, and they're going to call a foul on him the other way as he put Gage out on the ground.
Yeah, things getting a little chippy there. A little push in the back from Bolden.
Kuhn going to get a jumper, no good off the inbound. Jordan continues a tough day, now 0 for 6 from the floor. He's trying to guard Phillips now. And Wass reached in on him. He's going to get tagged with the foul.
His second. Team's fourth on the half. Leading at the outside of the Leaves. Number 44, Bethel College.
Yeah, it has been a tough day for him.
Well, of course, we give him love at the top of the show, and he's had a tough day, but it certainly doesn't take away from how he's played lately. He has been a huge key for the Pilots these last few weeks.
Yeah. Every player's entitled to a rough game every now and then. I mean, we're blessed that all of our players, when they don't score, I mean, they're able to impact the game in other ways as well. So even if Jordan's not scoring, his impact is still felt out on the court through various other ways that he contributes.
And a foul going to be called on Phillips. Tried to cut Wasink off from getting to that pass. And Caleb Ochin able to get a 3 to go. First Pilot basket in a while. They've been on a dry spell, but Caleb Ochin able to break that and get the lead back up to 4.
Yep, good shot by Caleb Ochin. I mean, he continues his incredibly hot shooting streak this game, so nice to see him picking up the slack where we need it.
Ryder going to try to answer, no good, tipped out. Caleb Ochin up ahead. Going to the rack. No good, no foul, and then Gage Ott fouls Funkhauser.
Just a chippy little foul there by Gage. Good hustle, but just something that didn't need to happen.
Hayden now with the ball. Caleb Ochin guarding him. Bolden trying to make a move. He's going to give it up to Greider.
Good.
Gates able to tip it out, but and now Phillips going to get called for a foul going the other way. Gage got a hand on that pass. Bolden ended up having a decent look with the shot clock winding down, just could not finish, and a foul on the rebound by Kevin Phillips.
Yep, just missed that layup there. I mean, almost a great defensive play by Gage to get that out. We definitely had numbers heading down to transition, but I mean, heady play by Bolden to get that ball back for the Maple Leafs. Just couldn't make that layup. Otherwise, it would have been a great play, but otherwise back to Bethel.
And Ochin turns it over, trying to go down the lane. Travis Smith all over things. And we'll see who that's off of. The officials talking about, they say it's going to go to Goshen. Travis Smith tracked down Greider.
Yeah, what hustle by Travis Smith. That was a great play, heady play. Very heady play.
And Devin Heath Granger needs to take a second and cool off right here. You got no business running your mouth after a play. I mean, that was just a hustle play by Travis Smith. And I think the official is going to tell him that everybody just needs to take it easy.
Yeah, definitely. Just Travis being Travis and giving his all like he always does on the defensive end.
But that being said, you and I both know Travis being Travis can certainly... Oh, my! Well, now, wait. An and one called on the 3. The call came from the official on the baseline. Okay, not an and one. There's an extra. Okay. I thought he was calling a foul on the shot.
I did too.
I was going to say.
It's right in front of him out there.
Man, that is just tough then for the Pilots. They give up the shot and an extra offensive possession. Travis able to get a rebound. Coming back down the other way. He's going to go to the rack. And it won't go. But that's just blown call right there. The ball was sitting on the rack and a Goshen player grabbed the net.
Yep.
And now a foul on, I think, Paul Foreman.
I think it's going on Fish. Yep.
It's going to be on. So that's Luke's fourth. He's going to have to sit for a while. And, man, these last few possessions, it started to get away from the Pilots. They still lead by 1, but Dominique Bolden at the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting a little chippy right now. So one thing the Pilots have to do is make sure they keep their heads. I mean, no stupid mistakes. Don't get involved in the chitter-chatter of the game.
Yeah. If you
get
have a guy, and I completely understand, if you have a guy jawing at you, I mean, it's incredibly hard not to stand up for yourself and your teammates and something like that. But at the end of the day, the best way to shove it back at the other guy is to look up at the scoreboard and say, we won.
Yep. I mean, there's no better medicine than having that edge of a W over your opponent that you've had a chippy game with. I mean, I know there's some bad blood here from the first game. Things got chippy in the first game, but like you said, a win cures all that in a win.
Well, these campuses so close to each other, just about a half hour away. So certainly how close they are breeds some rivalry, and we've seen it here today. But Goshen back on top, 42-41, 11:40 left in this one, and get ready for an exciting finish. Travis Smith going to give it up to Jordan Kuhn. Goshen now going to give it up. Paul Foreman going to take a 3, and that's a bad shot from Paul Foreman.
I mean, there's a couple times this year I can remember now that he's done that where,
when you're 0 for the season, you got to wrap that ball around and keep the offense moving.
Yep. I mean, there's a time for that 3 for him right now, and that's in the offseason when he masters it a little bit better, because right now he has, so far this year, I guess not just right now, he hasn't shown much of an ability to be able to shoot from over 15 feet now, but give him credit, back down the other way, he stood his ground, and Devin Heath Granger walked out of bounds with it, give the Pilots back the ball. Travis Smith going to take a 3. It's good! T. Smith from the wing. Pilots back up 2. There we go. Great shot there by Travis Smith. That was much needed for the Pilots.
Dominique Bolden now top of the key, trying to make a move on Wasp. Picks up his dribble. Funkhauser now down the lane, going to give it up. Devin Heath Granger trying to answer. He does. It rattles home. 3 back the other way. Travis again with his shoes untied. He wasn't going to be running anywhere. He was on one shoe. He just had to shoot it. Knocking it down. Pilots back up 2.
What a two possessions there by Travis Smith. I mean, and those shots were nothing but net. Not one of them hit the rim.
I don't know if the fans at home could see that kind of unfolding. Travis looked down, untied his shoe, realized he couldn't get it tied in time, found his money spot, waited for it, and took a three. Back-to-back threes now from Smith. Pilots up two.
Yeah, phenomenal two possessions there for Travis Smith. Wow, that was awesome.
Commissar's driving in, loses his dribble, gets it out. Devin Heath, Granger, wide open three, no good, back iron. Now Clay Yo up ahead, trying to outrun everybody to the rack, no good by Clay.
It's a little bit of a force there. I mean, he's given us no reason all year to not trust him in transition, so I mean, he must have knew what he was doing, just didn't work out there.
Kevin Phillips trying to drive in on Watts. They're going to wrap it around. Now Commissarus. Granger driving in. Good no call. He created the contact himself, but the offensive rebound by Phillips, and it's good. Ties it up at 47.
Yeah, buckle your seatbelts here, folks. This is going to be one heck of a finish here.
Man. Miscommunication there between Was and Ochin.
Yep. Dang it. It's not something we needed right about now.
A lot of time left in this one, 8 minutes as Christian drives in. Somehow Commissarus got that pass out. Granger picks up his dribble, has nowhere to go, and gets bailed out with the foul.
Gosh dang it.
Man, they played great defense. He made the mistake of picking up his dribble, but he's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Yeah, they had him dead to rights in the lane there. Picked up his dribble, nowhere to go. Was just gonna have to throw something up and just caught a little bit of his arm. Jordan Kuhn caught a little bit of his arm, I should say.
Pilot foul trouble right now. I mean, you got Gage and Clay each on the floor with 3. Luke Fisher, who knows when he comes back in, he's got 4. So certainly right now, 8 minutes to go, and we'll see what this free throw leaves us at. It's a 2-point Maple Leaf lead, so it's going to be a tough one down the stretch for the Pilots. Nice pass there from Ochin down the lane, giving it up to Clay Yo.
Just be smart.
He's going to take a jumper, no good, and Clay just cannot find it here this afternoon.
Just too many spurts of sitting out for Clay, I think. I mean, he just looks like he's yet to find the flow of this basketball game. And that's not something usually we see him struggle to do.
And tipped away. Ochin able to get a hold of it. And, oh yeah, Christian Greider cut him off, called for the foul, and of a mass exodus of substitutes coming into the game here, and the under 8 timeout. So 7:28 to go. Maple Leafs up top 49-47, and it will be Pilot basketball on the other side of this timeout. Man, just still a slugfest down the stretch, Griff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said in the first half, it's just been each team matching punch for punch. I mean, they've taken, they've served it up, and it's going to be an exciting finish. I mean, we haven't seen anyone that just wants to make constant plays, so we'll see who steps up for Bethel. We'll see who wants to step up for Goshen. We'll see who really wants this Crossroads League win here this afternoon. Me and you both know we want it for Bethel.
Yeah, and, well, as far as effort's been concerned, these guys want it. Now you
Yep.
just got to start executing a little
Yep.
bit because
You're
we
right.
talk about effort and heart, and that gets you up. And sooner or later, you got to start hitting some shots. And the Pilots here lately, this stretch, they've been struggling to hit their shots.
Yeah, I mean, well, having Clayo out for those 2 extended periods of time doesn't help, and it doesn't help him either. And like we just said before we went to break, you can just see him struggle to get in the flow of the game. I mean, he's taking a little shots, that he normally would hit. That I think that has a little bit to do with him being in foul trouble and the lack of him scoring his scoring prowess in this game.
A kick ball there, so it'll stay with the Pilots. Ochin now going to cross over, going to give it up. Travis Smith, baseline jumper, no good. Offensive putback is swatted away by Trevor Comaceras.
Yeah, good block there by Comaceras.
Go in, and a missed layup there by Bolden. Back come the Pilots. Ochin going down the lane. What a pass! And whoa!
Wow.
I mean, that's tough. He may have gotten him with the body first, but either way, it was a heck of a play by Bolden just to get there.
Yeah, great play by Bolden to eliminate an easy layup.
And Smith able to roll it home. And he's 2 for 2, ties up the game at 49, and a timeout by the Pilots.
Yeah, it really is shaping up to be a good one here. It's going to be in it.
And we'll see the final 6:41 tied up at 49 apiece. I mean, even when a team at this point is scoring, it's either free throws or offensive putbacks. Really, nobody is hitting that first good look. It's a lot of scrapping it out down low, just getting something to go up and in or get fouled. At this point, it's not really necessarily efficient offense that's scoring the basket now.
And yeah, you're exactly right there. The offense has been ugly so far this game. We're used to seeing a lot of our guys, being able to create their own shots, hit open jumpers, and we just haven't seen that tonight. I mean, besides Caleb Ochin, Travis Smith, Clay Yo, and Luke Fisher to start the game, I mean, we haven't hit much at all. And I mean, when's the last time we were in a basketball game this far into the contest and we've seen Clay Yo with 5 points? I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has. And really, it just seems like no matter what level of competition, NAIA, NCAA, NBA, or high school, really doesn't matter where you're at. There's just sometimes these games where this just and it takes over both teams.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be a game no matter what happens. That's gonna come down to the final 30 seconds, final possession.
Yep. And you said that earlier, it's just one of those games where you want to get out of there and you want to be the team that has the W beside their name, so you don't have to look back and keep reminiscing on that terrible taste that the game leaves in your mouth.
And that will go back to the Pilots. A missed 3 from Hayden, and then Comaceras tipped it out of bounds, trying to go after the offensive rebound. Ochin now coming back the other way. Nice pass there from Kuhn, going down low. Gage, no good.
That's one of those at this stage of the game. You have to convert that. Just find a way to get that ball in the hole.
Bolden taking a 3. Another acting job on the end of that, taking a seat afterwards. No call. Going up ahead, Kuhn double team, going to kick it out, and a foul called on Devin Heath Granger, and had he not fouled Kuhn driving in, Caleb Ochin was going to have a wide open look from three, and that's really been the best Pilot offense of the day. So they'll send Jordan Kuhn to the line.
You got to be pleased with how Caleb's played today. I mean, he's brought the Pilots along and put them on their back at times today, and we're not in this game if it wasn't for him.
So here's Jordan Kuhn with a 1-and-1. If he's able to hit them both, he'll come out for Luke Fisher. He does hit the first, so that's Smooth's first point of the day. And he does hit both free throws. So we'll see. Luke in now, 5:36 on the clock. He has 4 fouls. Gage and Clay each still have 3. Funkhauser had a good cut to the basket, off the glass, ties it right back up.
Good cut by Funkhauser, good find there by, I think that was Heath Granger. Probably just need to get to the basket, get a stop, put some distance between them, and just Goshen
Gage
team.
driving
There we
in,
go.
no foul called. Through the contact, he's able to finish.
Good finish there by Gage.
Moving around, Phillips walking all over the place, and that is going to stay with Goshen. Everybody taking a run at the ball. They say it was off of Travis Smith, so Goshen's going to get another possession out of it.
The fans are screaming for a foul, but I mean, like it's been all afternoon, it's just been raw emotion and hustle.
And Hayden off the glass and good.
Thought by the way it looked, Travis might fire that one up there, and that was deep.
Oh, what a play! And Gage Ott is hacked.
And the fans
that was a
wanted to
fantastic
travel.
two-man game between Luke and Gage. And, I mean, again, a hard foul, but that's just been the style of this game, and you can't let Gage have a free dunk.
No. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, he wasn't going just specifically to hurt Gage or anything malicious against Gage in that nature, but, I mean, just a hard play, make sure he didn't finish the basket.
Can't hit the first one, have another free throw coming. Gage can't hit either. Tough trip to the line there for Gage Ott. Under 4 minutes, tied at 53. Travis Smith is mismatched down low against Trevor Commissaris. The Maple Leafs aren't looking to him. Granger drives in, high off the glass, no good. Still hasn't hit the rim. And it will stay with the Maple Leafs. 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, we were just giving them about every opportunity to stay in this ballgame, are we not?
Got to guard that first shot. They're going to try to throw it up. He does get it off. No good. And Smith the rebound. Up ahead to Caleb Ochin. They're going to go down low. Gage going to give it up to Luke Fisher. Deep 2. No good. And man,
just a quick shot.
You can get a deep 2 anytime you want in the shot clock. Luke takes it, misses it, and a timeout by Goshen. And the jacket's coming off for Coach Lightfoot.
Yeah, he looks like he's about ready to spew over. I mean, not happy with his team's last couple of possessions at all, and I mean, I don't know how you could blame him.
We got 3:13. This slugfest still tied at 53. It was a 4-point game at halftime. Most of the second half, it's been a 2-point game or tied right around there. That's where we sit right now. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Goshen ball. It's just tough to really draw anything up, really, either way. I mean, no player, Caleb Ochin, who stepped up through the first half and really the first half and the second half. I mean, nobody's hitting at this point. Who do you go to?
I mean, no matter what. Oh, good play by Travis.
Great play by Trav. Up ahead, Clay. Foul, that he can't get the finish, but he will head to the line.
And that's just been the kind of day it's been for the Pilots, or Clayo and the Pilots, I should say. I mean, you make a great defensive play, and a layup in transition, you're normally used to seeing Clayo dunk or finish easily, and I understand there was some contact, but it's the play you're still used to seeing Clayo make. But
that's really been the best offense for both teams today, has been forcing turnovers or second chances right underneath the basket. No team has had their initial set offense really been successful.
no, the offenses have been atrocious, and I don't know whether that's a credit to the defense or just off day for both teams. You know, I don't know, but
Seems to be a bit of both.
Yeah.
Most times when we're coming down. Bolden almost loses it, goes after it, and Clay gets called for a foul. That's going to be Clay's fourth.
yeah, and I mean, with a close game like this, with overtime possibly looming in the depths over there, I mean, you want Clayo to be extra careful. So if that game does take that scenario per se, that he's available to play in that extra time period.
I mean, right now it seems like they're going to leave him in, and I think you have to.
Yeah.
I think you have to trust him because
Definitely.
overtime, no overtime, you got to do everything you can to win it now. And if he does foul out, well, then you handle it then. But you can't have still your best player on the bench in the final 2 minutes of a close game.
You're right.
First free throw is no good, so Pilots do get the ball back at the cost of Clayo's fourth foul. And a turnover by Caleb Ochin. Telegraphed that pass, gave it right to Hayden.
Just not good basketball being played by the Pilots right now. Not at all.
They give it up to Bolden. Down low, Commissaris back out. Bolden going to try to drive. Hayden, tough shot. The basket is good, but a foul is called on Trevor Commissaris underneath. So it is a tie ball game, but Gage Ott is, I think, going to be shooting two. They're a 1-and-1. Pilots are still in a 1-and-1.
Yep.
That's the team's ninth. And I don't think anybody's real clear on what's going on right now. I think Gage Ott should be shooting a 1-and-1.
Yeah, it just looked like a clear-out foul on Commissaris. Just threw Gage out to the ground, but I don't know if it's going to be called like an offensive foul or a player control foul. And in that case, there's obviously no free throws.
That is going to...
I think he's going to shoot
It
him.
is going to be a 1-and-1 for Gage Ott. He just had 2 free throws roll out on him, so... Gage gets the first one to go, so Christian Greider going to check in, and a timeout called for Bethel. 2:07 on the clock. It's a 1-point game. Gage has another free throw coming, and at this point, again, we've said, who do you go to? You really don't know. No one's hitting. I think you just got to keep running towards the basket with everything you've got and just, hit the free. You're going to get more free throws down the stretch. You
Yeah,
got to hit your free throws, and you just got to keep going at it with all you got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to go against Clay, I mean, he's proven time in and time out that he's got what it takes down the stretch to be a clutch player. I mean, he's done many things for us that, I mean, without him, wouldn't have been possible. So, and any time there's a clutch situation or we need someone with the ball in their hands, I'm always going to give it to Clay. But, I mean, Caleb's played phenomenal today. So, I mean, any of those or anything easy right now, anything that puts points on the board, we will take.
I'll tell you what, it is all heart right now, especially from Caleb Ochin, because you look at him, he's gassed.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that last possession, that pass. I mean, Caleb Ochin doesn't do that from a set position, make that lazy of a pass, and just saw coming out of that timeout. I mean, you can just see how labored he is coming in and out of the huddles. So
yeah, I don't know.
He's just leaving it all out there right now.
When's the last time he had a break? Because he came out all day.
Thinking that in the first half he played 19 minutes and 43 seconds. And I don't really remember him sitting in the second half. So no, he has had a long day today. Basically everybody but him has been in foul trouble.
Yeah, he's kind of had to stay out there. You're right.
Final 2 minutes here.
5, yes. Great play, Gage.
Fantastic job by Gage Ott. All over Dominique Bolden, locking him down. Pilots have the ball up to, see if they can get a basket here. This would be huge. Wrapping around, Travis Smith now looking for somewhere to go. He's going to get it to Clay. Clay going to cut it. It's another turnover. He took 3 steps before he ever dribbled, and a foul called. He's running down the court with the ball in his hands, and no travel called. He ends up drawing a foul on the other side. He'll be shooting 2 to tie it up.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That was an obvious travel right there. I mean, he literally looked like he was a running back taking the handoff and running. Like, that was awful.
The official was giving the sign that he was bobbling it. That doesn't doesn't matter that he was bobbling it to himself.
No.
But as it stands, Funkhauser misses the first free throw, and he has had a tough day at the line so far today. So he'll get another one here to make it a 1-point game. Minute 31 on the clock. Does make the second, 57-56. Caleb Ochin with the ball. Up Travis Smith in the corner, 4-3, Clayo, no good. And the rebound to Bolden. Man, that would have been huge. It would have put the Pilots up 2 possessions, and a timeout called by Goshen. 1:09 on the clock. And the Pilots leading by just 1, so a chance out of this timeout for Goshen to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's the look you want from Clayo. Good find by Travis Smith. Nice kick to the corner, inside out, like we said we needed to do earlier to get some good looks out of their zone and out of their matchup zone. Just one of those days where Clayo's not hitting it. I mean, we have to search in the depths of our team to find our offense. And I mean, you can't discredit the shot. It was a good look.
No, it was a fantastic look. And really, at this point, if you're the Pilots defensively, you just got to keep locking down, doing your thing. I mean, if they step up and hit a shot, that's on them. But they haven't proven that they can do that really in this second half today. So if they hit a tough shot, you tip your hat. But you've got to still lock down defensively and play the game you played all day.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely got to lock up. And if they make a play, like you said, they make a play, you tip your hat and move on. There's still 1 minute, 9 seconds left, which is a plethora of time in the game of basketball. And I mean, we've got guys that are still capable of making shots. I mean, no matter how many we miss, I mean, I've still got all the confidence in the world in Caleb and Clay, so it's shaping up for another good finish. I mean, we've been blessed with these calls this year at our home games.
Well, this is a little streak for you and I, Emmeline. You and I have yet to call a loss this season.
Yep.
Hopefully that does not start today. We'll see. Final minute and 5 seconds. Devin Heath Granger's going to give it up. Dominique Bolden. Bolden going to give it up. Connor Funkhauser driving in off the glass and good. Connor Funkhauser gives Goshen the lead. 50 seconds to go. Pilots trailing by 1, and Clay Hill wants a timeout.
Yeah, an impressive little left-hand runner there by Funkhauser.
Well, we said if they can hit a shot, tip your hat. They have not hit that shot all day, but Funkhauser able to do it. And here we go. Goshen was able to draw up a good look, a good play in their timeout. What can Mike Lightfoot draw up for his boys, and where do you think they go?
I mean, that's a tough question today, but I mean, you know, even when you look at the pros, you look at college, they go, time of need, they go to their superstar. I think you got to go to Clay Yo, and if it's not there, maybe Caleb. I mean, maybe Luke Fisher.
I think inbound, you're going to get the ball in Caleb's hands.
Yep.
And
let him make the right play.
Get him moving and set guys up where they may be. And I think absolutely Clay's going to be cutting, looking for an open jumper. But I think Caleb's got to be the facilitator on this play.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's proven time and time again that, you know, you put the ball in his hands, and 9 times out of 10, he finds the right destination for that pass or where the ball is supposed to be.
I think if you go inbound to Clay, the only options you're going to see are a tough look or the ball not in his hands at the end, because they're going to come at him and make him make a decision. So we'll see what they do. They're going to set up. Ochin is going to inbound, and Clay Yo is far away from the ball.
Well, this will be interesting to see what they do here with this.
This isn't bad. I mean, Ochin's your best passer, so you get him to get a good pass in and probably go right back to it.
I say easy. I mean, they're not hugging the ball here, so they could easily go right back. Yep, exactly.
There it is. He's going to give it up to Clay. Clay's going to go down Gage. Gage driving in. Great dunk. Yes! What a play by Gajon! Timeout called. That was fantastic. Gage, they have doubled him all day. He let the defense come to him, went right over his head to Luke Fisher, and he finishes the play. Heck of a play by those two.
Yeah, what a nice little two-man game there. And I mean, Gage had a nice little two-man game out there too on the wing in the first half. So I mean, he's played very well today. Been patient when he's not scored. I mean, hasn't had the greatest game, but he's done play. He's contributed plays like that I mean have meant the world to this game.
With that basket, Luke Fisher ties Caleb Ochin at 18 points for the lead scorer for the Pilots. Back up on top, 59-58. Now we come back down. Ball's in your court now. If you're Coach Neil Young, what's Coach Neil Young going to draw up?
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, I'd go back to Funkhauser. I mean, him or Greider has been the only one that's proven they can score on a consistent basis. I mean, and Greider's done it in spurts. I mean, he'll hit 2 shots there, a shot here. So, I mean, you're either going to Funkhauser or you're going to Greider, and you're going to the hole and trying to get a layup because they really haven't proven they can do much other than that this second half.
So 1-point Pilot lead, 59-58, 38.6 on the clock. They're going to have to run it the full length of the court. And we'll see, do the Pilots have a stop in them? And even if they do, they'll have to hit free throws.
Yep.
Devin Heath Granger going to bring it up the floor. They start their play. Funkhauser ended up on the ground. Bolden has the ball. He's going to kick it over to Granger. Back to Funkhauser, and a foul called. Man, he just can't foul a guy that far away from the basket.
Nope. I mean, that probably wasn't the matchup for Gage either. I mean, he's usually not the guy on the floor that guards in the perimeter. And I mean, Bolden's proved all day that all he wants to do is shoot that outside shot. So maybe a matchup we should have tweaked up, but
ice in his veins there. Bolden ties it at 59. We'll see what happens on this second one. He's been pretty true from the line today. 2 for 2, Bolden. Nothing but net both times. Back come the Pilots. And a timeout called. Pilots trailing by 1, 23.8 on the clock. The shot clock is off. They have 1 timeout left. Goshen still 3 timeouts in their back pocket. I think you got to get the ball in Caleb's hands and let him make some decisions. That 2-man game between Luke and Gage has worked so far today. They want to double team whoever goes to the basket down low, and if they do that, you're going to get a guy with a good look.
Yeah, I mean, I say, I 100% agree with you. I mean, you get the ball in the hands of Caleb, and what did we say last time? Get the ball in the hands of Caleb, and it worked out. I mean, he got the ball the right avenue it needed to be at to get a score and tie the game up, or to take the lead, I should say, last time. So don't doubt it'll be any different. They'll get the ball to him and let Caleb make the play and decide where it needs to go.
We're going to go to Clay. He's going to give it right back to Ochin. Travis Smith now. And he throws it away. I don't know what Travis was thinking with that pass. Oh, man, you got to kick that back out up top. And now Austin Hayden's going to have 2 free throws. Pilots still in this, even if he makes them both. It's just a 3-point game.
Yeah.
15.6 on the clock. And it rolls out. So the Pilots catch a break on that one.
That's huge.
And if he misses this, you've got to get that rebound.
Yes.
You've got to go after it with everything if you're Luke and Clay. And he does miss it. Ball tipped around. They got the offensive rebound. You got a foul. That just cannot happen. Oh, man, as sloppy as today has been, we've seen some things. That's the inexcusable one.
Yep, that's the straw that broke the camel's back, per se, right there. That's, in this situation, that is exactly what we couldn't have. Ran a precious 5 seconds off the clock. Bolden, who's been automatic at the line.
And he hits that one, so 10.8, still time to get down and get a shot, but man.
Just disgusted. Man.
Bolden hits them both. And Goshen calls a timeout to set up their defense. We'll see how the Pilots choose to go about. 10.8 seconds. You're getting right to where it's got to be a 3.
Yeah, you really don't have much time to play around here. I'm going with the 3. I don't know about you, but I'm going with the 3.
I think you're getting, especially just kind of the way today has gone, and I think it's got to be either Caleb Ochin for how he shot today, or you go with the stats and think Clay can't keep it. Clay's got to hit one sooner or later. So I think that those are the 2 guys you got to go to. We'll see what Mike Lightfoot draws up. And
I'd almost go for maybe getting the ball into Caleb and, setting a screen with Clay, because Caleb and Clay are both so good in that 2-man game. Let Caleb's had the hot hand, let him come off that screen. Clay's open, give him the chance to win, and if not.
Well, and I'll say this for Caleb Ochin. We've talked about how he's stepped up this year in a lot of areas of his game. There have been a lot of times this season coming down the stretch, late in games, he has been clutch, pulling from 3, so not a bad option.
Do you think they foul here, Goshen?
I think if it gets to around 5 and we haven't gotten the shot off yet, I would. Here it goes. Caleb pulls for 3, and it rolled around. Oh, it looked good. And it just rolled out. Man.
Gosh dang it.
And I tell you what, it's that rebound, that offensive rebound.
You're 100% right. What did you say before he shot that? You have to get the rebound if he misses.
One of these two will end it. And wow, that was not even close.
And they are going to come back up to rebound here.
Pilots have, I mean, you have a timeout. If you catch it and call it instantly just so you can. It's good. And timeout called, so. He does miss them both, so the Pilots are going to get a full court heave. You have 1.6 seconds. That means, I mean, you get a dribble and a heave. And if I'm Goshen, as soon as they catch it, if the Pilots don't, if they have their back to the basket, I'm fouling if I'm Goshen as soon as they catch it. Now, if they're looking at the basket, you got to take your hands off it. I mean, you can't risk fouling somebody shooting.
Yeah, I mean.
But if they're running, so, I mean, if you're the Pilots, you get maybe a dribble and a full court heave. You got 1.8, so now certainly, yeah, you can get a dribble in there. But I tell you what, make or no make, the Pilots had their chances in this game.
Yep. They most certainly have.
They're all setting up. Oh, looks like, nope, they're going to go for the baseball. They're going to heave it across half court and hope someone catches it. An interesting play here. They throw it up. Funkhauser tips it. He steps out. We'll see what they decide here. If anything, there's all of, what, 0.3 of a second on the clock?
Nothing to make a difference. Yeah, this game essentially is over.
I mean, I think it should be. I mean, Funkhauser tipped it twice, took a step and went out. I mean, I would think that'd be enough time for 2 seconds to come off the clock.
Yep.
See what they put on here. 0.3, so 0.3 of a second. I mean, I think they did. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. They did a study a couple years ago with NBA guys, and it was 0.4.
0.4. The Derek Fisher shot. Yeah,
you need to get, and that's like Steph Curry fast. That's as fast as you can possibly get it off. And I mean, 0.3 of a. I mean, you can try and throw something up and hope the officials say you got it off. There's no replay here.
No. Yeah.
So I mean, if you throw it up quick enough and the officials say you got it, then
you got it. I guess. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we'll see here what they get. I mean, whoever catches the inbound pass is literally going to have to be in the air as they catch it and basically pushing it to, I mean, you don't even have enough time to load a shot. You literally, as you touch it, have to be facing the rim and pushing it towards the rim.
Yeah, it's almost like the ball's going to be where it's being taken out at over on the right, midcourt. You almost got to curl towards that baseline and just turn and just rocket it. I mean, if that, I mean, 0.3 of a second, this is literally nothing.
We'll see here. It's going to be Travis Smith to inbound it. They're lining up everybody just past the three-point line. And Coach Neil Young wants to call another timeout now that he saw how the Pilots are setting up. I tell you what, Griff, I mean, I agree with you. I just don't see being able to get a shot out of your hands in 0.3 of a second, but it's just one of those things. You said in the first half you can't let someone hang around. The Pilots did all day, and man, they had 2 missed free throws. You had that chance at that rebound, just didn't get it.
Yeah, you see it all the time in college sports. I mean, you give a team confidence that you know you're better than, and your record shows it, your play shows it, and then you let them hang around, and it's when they get the confidence that they deserve to be there is when they get dangerous. I mean,
here we go. The inbound to Clay, no way he got it off. Didn't matter, came up empty. And Goshen comes in and absolutely pulls the rug out on Bethel. You want to talk about stealing a victory. I mean, neither team really deserved to win this game today. And Goshen really one offensive rebound. put the Pilots away today, and that's going to be a season sweep for the Maple Leaves. And Tuesday night, the Pilots are going to have a real gut check as they head down to Fort Wayne to take on the Cougars of St. Francis. You and I will be back in a week to call the regular season finale, Senior Day, against Spring Arbor, and man, this is going to be a tough pill for the Pilots to swallow.
Yeah.
When they leave White Camp Athletic Center today, but still plenty of season ahead of them. 2 more regular season games, a conference tournament game. Again, our final, Goshen 62, Bethel 59. Thanks for joining us today on Bethel Sports Network. For Graython Beefin.